Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thanks for your support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now you can see Bitcoin is rolling over, isn't it? But you're holding support relatively well, okay, and it is being driven into the floor, and a lot of key levels are starting to become reset right now for Bitcoin for a bottoming out structure. You've got the MACD on the weekly starting to come down. I mean, look where it was, okay? You couldn't go on from there, okay? And remember that. Remember this going forward, because you will have these, look, it works in waveforms, okay? All market emotions, cycles, Elliott wave theory works in waveforms, and essentially, you know, in the future you will be up here again. Don't get too greedy when you see this sort of signal screaming at you. Okay, you're completely overbought. You're in the ceiling. You know, the stock RSI is way overbought as well, and everything's just really too high. Take profits, okay? It's screaming at you. Take profits. Don't be greedy. And the same goes for now. You know, right now you're starting to come really, really low on all the levels. This is the most optimal time for entry in these waveforms that crypto's going through. Okay, now I know a lot of people are calling for a bear market, and if it comes, it comes. If it, you know, we'll deal with it and offer optimal entry points, you know, for continuation of the next bull market and the next upcycle. So right now, Bitcoin is holding a key level of support for continuation, and you know we've got our eyes on this stock RSI, this particular level here, this trend line. If we can hold this trend line and bounce here, wow, what an opportunity! Okay. Fantastic golden opportunity. The MACD under the histogram from a bullish cross. Big buy and go to the signal from CoinsKid. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so right now, you know, just here you had this massive monstrous wave 1, wave 2 correction. Right now you're going through this horrible wave 4 correction, and down here you would have been feeling dejected and horrible. But look at the opportunity that was afoot. Okay, you've just got to look forward, because you are in a bull run. Okay, and we are anticipating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elliott wave theory. We are anticipating we get to 2.272 Fibonacci extension, whether or not it's this year or next year. It's something that we're projecting because, you know, crypto works in cycles, and it's not failed to do so since its inception. Okay, and you can see it gets overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, having a correction, you know, before it gets completely overbought again. And that's it. It just works in waveforms. Boom, 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 boom. Swing high, swing lows. It's beautiful. And you know the long-term projection for Bitcoin. You know where it's going, okay? So right now, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Obviously, on the weekly, you can see you're falling under a key level of support right here, the 2.272, and obviously the 55. Now, if we do keep closing ahead above that, keep hitting ahead, but on that you are going to fall down lower to another key level of support. So we do need to see a pickup relatively soon. And you know, we did the foot experiment the other day where projectively, hopefully, you know, sometime towards the end of this week or next week, there are some conferences that are sort of going on as well, which could be positive for Bitcoin. So this is where you may see the flip, okay, and the bottom come in for Bitcoin. Now, obviously, you're fully aware the DXY is an inverse correlation at the moment. The DXY is pumping really hard at the moment. Okay, so let's take a look at this. At the moment, on the weekly, you're actually breaking out a key level of resistance just there, okay, of this horizontal, which is good. It's positive, because if it does do that, then that spells bear market for Bitcoin. But obviously, you're fully aware this can wick, just like you got this wick here, and get rejected and roll over, because you are actually relatively bearish for the DXY. Okay, well, we'll take a look on the daily time frame here. For the DXY, there's all sorts going on. You've got this sort of rising wedge, okay, and you're forming a bearish divergence on the daily time frame here, okay. When you have higher highs and lower highs in the RSI, that's called a bearish divergence. See that? That's your bearish divergence. So at one point, you know, you're going to run into a wall and you're going to roll, and this is the roll from the rising wedge of the DXY. At that point, that's where you could see Bitcoin bottom out and pump and continue with the bull run. Okay, because there's an inverse correlation. So right now, also equally, you've got a massive, monstrous a massive, huge, hidden, bearish divergence on the daily time frame. Okay, so on the daily time frame, you're making lower highs. Just here, do you see this? Lower highs, and then on the RSI, you're making higher highs. That's called a hidden bearish divergence. Okay, and essentially, you know, at one point you will sort of come up and roll. Do you see this? So yeah, I mean, it's not looking too good for the DXY, and that's why I'm so confident on Bitcoin actually bottoming out soon. And like I said to you, you're looking for the key bottoming out signatures and the structures, and we're getting them. So, you know, Bitcoin is in the floor basically, and that's the end of the wave 4. I would not necessarily anticipate a deeper correction than what it's going through right now. And you can see it's hovering around that zone, isn't it, in 30K. You know, potentially you might not fall lower than 28,800. The DXY is at the top here, you know, potentially falling out of this structure and reversing right now. And the correlation between Bitcoin, the conferences that are going on towards the end of the week and next week, the bottom is very, very close. And again, not financial advice, but do pay attention to this DXY. Bearish divergence on the daily. Massive hidden bearish divergence on the daily as well. Lower highs, higher highs. Do you see this for the DXY and the RSI? So that's a hidden bearish divergence. So just there, taking a look at Bitcoin again. If we go back to Bitcoin right now. So you can see Bitcoin, like I said to you, okay, you're running into some kind of falling wedge just there. You've got a larger falling wedge. This is the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin right now, okay. You've got a falling wedge on the larger time frame, which is, you know, falling wedges are bullish, okay. The reversal patterns, 68% to the upside, 32% to the downside. That's a statistic. So right now you can see that this particular pattern, you've come down into this, you've hit a level of resistance right there. Do you see that? And then you've come down, you're actually hitting the upper trend line as resistance and holding this lower trend line as support. So some kind of break is coming here for Bitcoin, and it will be a big break, okay, because you're coming into the apex of this smaller falling wedge. Now, like I said to you, they do have a tendency to be reversal patterns, so do anticipate that if Bitcoin breaks this level of resistance just there, this red line, which is the larger falling wedge, okay, let's take a look at it on the daily, you might be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, larger falling wedge. You've got falling wedges within falling wedges. It's crazy, okay? So look, you've got this falling wedge just here that Bitcoin finds itself in. Do you see this? So this one, big one. Then you've got this small one that's created for itself, and now you've got this little one in the apex that you're getting close to, okay? With the inverse correlation between the DXY, if the DXY rolls, this way you're going to see Bitcoin bottom out, pump, get up out of it, and you're going to start to see the reversal for Bitcoin, okay? Potentially, you know, what you do need to see for Bitcoin, though, primarily to get a full, complete reversal in the market, because it just won't happen overnight. You know, it's going to break out and it's going to start to form the reversal signals, okay, which we're looking for. But you're not going to get there overnight. You're going to run into resistance, and the key levels of resistance that you do need to break on the daily, especially, there's a 20. You can see how overextended you're getting from the 20. That you've not had a test since 12th of July. So do anticipate that in itself is positive when it does come, okay. And with that, you would see the break of this upper level of resistance, this red line, which is the larger falling wedge, okay. And like I said to you, when you break that, what happens? You come back to where you formed them. So you not only got a retracement from here to there of that falling wedge, look, this one, boom, 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 that Bitcoin finds itself in. So initially you'll see a little pump up to sort of 41k. If we can break that level of resistance, this is your reversal, this is your continuation in the market here for Bitcoin, and this is where you could potentially see the full retracement to this level here, which is where you form this larger falling wedge, where you're coming closer and closer to the apex, breaking out, coming back up to where you formed it to retest some resistance. We've not seen any of this yet. We've not seen any test of upper levels of resistance which Bitcoin's created for itself. That in itself is bullish, okay? So yeah, do potentially target this, a retest of this resistance at 41,227 around there. I'm being quite rough at the minute because I'm going to try and speed because I'm actually going out. And then you've got this one at 64k, the all-time high. So do anticipate that once we break these levels of resistance, i.e. this red line, okay, come to your charts, draw the red line. Once we break that, I would close my shorts personally, not financial advice, but I would anticipate some kind of upside and kind of retest of resistances and potentially a retracement to both of these levels, okay? So do anticipate that a break is coming soon. Failing that, you know, you're fully aware that if you do start to see the DXY pump, which would invalidate the bearish structure that it's creating, then obviously you're going to see Bitcoin dump and enter that bear market, aren't you? So a break is close. I mean, look how close you're coming to the apex of this upper red line of resistance and this lower white line of support. Look at this, it's so tight, so tight. A break is imminent, okay? A break is absolutely imminent. Take care, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with another update for Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and once again, thanks for your support, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.